super excited to go over the next week and see exactly what we have to look forward to, some possibilities, making some money. I personally am still using my demo account, which I kind of kicked myself out of, and now I can't get back in. So I'm going to have to start a new demo account. That's the joy of having a demo account. But I am still using the demo account, like I said, I believe in December, adding money to my account, my normal account, and then when I get to a certain amount in that account, then I'll go ahead and start trading live back with my regular account. But I feel like it's easier to have a better amount on the trade if you happen to have more in your trading account. So also, I have been prior to that losing a few trades. So, in an effort to keep the capital that I do have and then working my way up to a little bit more capital, I'm using the demo just to kind of work through at the moment. Perfect. So, what I want to do is just kind of go through everything. We are going to be starting with the weekly chart just to kind of get the bird's eye view. Remember, I said in December, the plan is to use the weekly every week, the start of the week, daily, every day. Every time I'm looking at the charts to see exactly what moves I'm going to be make, and then the 4 hour and 1 hour, self-explanatory. But I will be using the weekly to start because we are starting with a new week. So we're going to just pan out a little bit further, which is what we are on now. There are going to be still some markings available or on here still. And then I'll just add to it and delete some of them as we kind of go. But I like to leave a couple of them just to kind of see where my eyes were looking and kind of how the market was acting from previous price action. Also, if you are struggling with where to place your stop loss, where to take profit at, my stop loss video that I just did last week is going to be super helpful in kind of teaching you exactly where you should be placing your stop loss, because just as it is important on where you get in on the market, what trade you decide to take and where you decide to place that trade, it's also important to have some type of system set up for your profit and for your stop loss as well. Okay, so in an effort to keep the video short as always, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So basically, I'm just going to use the weekly as kind of a guide, not going to really make any markings on the weekly, just so that it's easier to kind of see what's going on when we move down to the daily and to the 4 hour, something like that. So as of right now, I would say, yes, we are on an upswing, but until I really see price get past here, I feel like we're still headed in a bearish direction. And I know that this candle right here is sitting here and everything's black, but I know that this candle right here is actually green. But like I said, until we can actually get to this level where price had rejected previously, right in this area, and I'll go ahead and we can mark it up. But until I know price passes here, I need a really decent pass, in order to know that price is changing direction. It's also partly because we're still below the EMA. So as of right now, we're going to go ahead, and I said I wasn't going to make any marks, didn't I? All right, let me just do what I said I was going to do. Move on down. Okay, so now we're on the daily, and I even hate making marks on the daily, but I'm afraid if I go to the 4 hour, I'm going to have to get back out on the daily just so I can see exactly where to put this thing at. So I'm going to just use the daily for now. So right here, should price decide to make it up here, probability game, we never really know exactly what's going to happen. We can only, estimate what we believe is going to happen based on previous price action and market structure. So from right here, it looks as though if we are able to make it through this level that I set up right here, let me get the highlighter tool. If we're able to make it through this level that I set up right here, and we more than likely will come back down for a retest, this will be our next place, and this will actually be your take profit. but we would have to see a break and a close above this level in order to say that this is actually going to make it to this next level. Should that be the situation and it makes it to that level, then we can look at our next level, which is right here. So I'm just going to take that same level, scoot over, and then this will be our next take profit. We'll be looking for the same thing. If we can see a breakthrough, a retest, and a close above here, then I'll be looking at taking another profit here. Same thing as this next level right here. I won't make a mark, but you see what I'm doing. You see where I'm going. You see the pattern. And like I said, that stop loss video will help you understand exactly where to put your stop loss at, where to put your take profit at as well. Excuse me. It's a little cold in here, so my nose is kind of a little bit runny. Anyway, so that is what I'm going to be looking at. Now, chances are, it could be anything. So let's do this. Let's just, because it is a probability game, say that, okay, because it is rejecting a little bit, let's say price gets up here. We get price coming up as kind of where it's at, and it starts rejecting. And it may test it a couple times. It may test it a few times. And if it's still trying to like test it, it's not going to be able to make it. And we're still headed in a downward motion. I'm going to be waiting for price to get through here. And actually, as long as price is able to get through this level, let me take this mark off here. As long as we're able to see a close below this one, then I'm looking at shorts, and I'm going to look at shorts until I get to about here, and then we'll see exactly what price wants to do up until that point. So that's what I'm looking at for AUD. Let's move over to EU and see what EU's got going on for the week. So let's scoot up to the weekly, give us a larger view. Right now we're in a bullish direction, which is good, but kind of the same thing with EU. And you will notice, again, I think I had talked about this on previous videos. I'm going to use, hold on. I'm going to use this right here as my example. So with that, this is your base. I hope I got this right. Forgive me, Lord, if I got this wrong. And this is your quoted pair, or yes, pair. So technically it's supposed to look something like that. This is your base pair. This is your quoted pair. You go based around the base pair, and then the quoted pair comes second. So what you will notice is like on EU, AU, GU, with the U all in the second half, they tend to go the same direction. And then if you did something like you wanted to take on a position with USD JPY, that means that, let me just go there so you can actually see what I'm talking about. If you went to, so the quoted pair and the base pair are in two totally different places on this one. So then on AU, EU, and GU, they'll be going up versus UJ will be going down. And that's just because the pair is in different places. But it's really neat how it works in opposites. Anyway, so going back to EU. So right now we are in a bullish direction. I honestly feel as though we have hit a couple of little milestones, but I still feel like it could be very much in a downward bearish direction. So what I'll basically be looking for, right now we're bullish, but let's see. Let's go down to the daily and give it a look and see. Okay, so on the daily, and I just want to have enough on there so that we can actually see what the hell's going on. Right now we're getting a little bit of a rejection. So this is the kind of the same thing with AU. I'm waiting for this to give me a break and a close. I need a break and a close above this level. So when I see that price is able to break through here, see there's a little tiny wick. Let me try to make this big enough for you to see. This little tiny wick right here. It looks like much of a oh my God, much of a rejection. So I'm going to be waiting to see if price is able to essentially break through this level, come back down for a retest, and then head up again. And then kind of the same thing. You're waiting for it to break above, retest, and then head to the next level. If that's the case, again, probability game. Because it is rejecting, it is a possibility that this could be the end. This could have been the small piece of an uptrend, or if you look at a larger chart like the year monthly or something like that, this would be something like a pullback. So yes, we could possibly potentially see it break above here, hold, have a close, and then get to the next level, and so on and so forth. Or we could potentially see it do the same thing as AU, have a bit of retesting happening before it heads back down. Then we'll be looking for it to head back down, retest this area, make sure that you're able to see it. Let's see. Make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay, so then essentially possibly a couple of retests, then we'll see it come back down to this level. And even on this level, we'll want to see it break through this level. Let me grab the rest of this, scoot it over. You'll want to see it price come down through here, break it, retest it to see if it's going to go back up again, and then come back down. And then that's when we'll know right here will be actually our next level if we're just going down in a bearish direction. So that's what I'm thinking. And more than likely, this is going to be the same case with GU as well. So let's jump to GU. I am going to skip UJ for just a second. So like same kind of scenario. We're going to go to the weekly real quick. And it's kind of like in the middle of a level, which is fine. And I should actually probably have a box here. Let's go ahead and take care of that real quick. Let's just get it done, get it out the way. Even though this is on the weekly, I know this is on the weekly. We're not supposed to be marking on the weekly. Okay, so let's see. We're basically looking to see what price is going to do when it gets up here. Is it going to be able to hold, or are we going to find that it's going to do some type of consolidation situation in between these two levels? Or could it have come back down, have a close below, and then we'll still be looking at a bearish direction? So it's really kind of the same scenario with AU, EU, and GU. Let's take a peek real quick at UJ and see what that's looking like. So on the weekly, this is going to be the same scenario. Like, I cannot stress enough how much of a pattern it is when you're looking at the base and the quote. So let's see. No, I don't. I want to do this. Yes, that's what I want. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this guy real quick just to, oops, not my trend line though. Excuse me. All right, let me pull this guy off. Okay, so as of right now, UJ actually looks really, really good because you can kind of see price kind of hesitated or had somewhat of a level here, a little bit of a bank level here, or maybe not. Well, if it's a little bit higher, I guess. If we're at this mark, this is more like a bank level. All the even numbers are going to be your bank levels. So we'll be basically, I'm going to be waiting to see now that it's passed through this level. I'm going to scoot down to a daily real quick just so I can give you an idea of what I'm looking at. Price has already come down through, and this is the close of the week. So this is our close. Sometimes pairs or price action does not go back up like to this level to give you a retest. It's important to watch the market to see what it's going to do, because essentially what could happen, you could miss the retest, or it may not have a retest is what I should say. It may not have a retest, and then the market will take off without you. And that can have some feelings hurt. So just keep that in mind. If you're planning on taking a position, keep your eye on it to see what it's going to do, because again, it may not come back down for that retest that you're looking for. Now, price may move a little bit further down. I'm just looking over here, from right here to where price is currently at. Price may come down a little bit further just to get that retest, or that space to get down there and then come back up to give you that retest, but it may not. And this essentially will take off. And you could bet your ass. It'll more than likely, if it goes in this direction, it will get to probably around here. We could even use the Fibonacci retracement to see like how, so it's a little bit further down. Let's see, just move it up some, just a touch. So even there, that's probably about as close as I can get it, just to the bottom. And maybe I'm not quite matching to the bottom just as right. Anyway, but you can use your Fibonacci to kind of confirm whether or not price is going to hit that certain spot or not. I will be having a video coming out on Fibonacci just so that you can have some direction on that if you were interested in learning from me. There's plenty of traders, of course, that you can learn from if you feel like my style isn't quite right, but I'll be having a video on that as well. So I'm waiting for price to retest. If price does not retest, oh my God, I hope it retests. But if price does not retest, I will be taking a position headed in a bearish direction to wait and see what's going to happen when it gets to this level. If price decides not to, I mean, it's setting up so pretty though. Like if you can't see it, like it looks great. So this is where price started to kind of go down at. Oops. So we'll go, sorry, I'm putting dots all over the damn place. Okay, so this is our lower high. Well, technically this is like the start. So we'll just say this is the start, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we're looking for it to get to maybe about here, maybe. We'll just have to see kind of, again, what price action does. But as of right now, this looks to be in a bearish direction as well. So that is kind of where I'm going to cap it. I don't think I'm going to do US30 today because it looks, I mean, fuck it, we can do it too. It doesn't matter. It just, right now, US30 is looking real choppy. So very El Chapo. And I'm not trying to mess with this because I feel like it looks like we're doing a lot of, or could be potentially doing a lot of this. So we'll keep an eye out for US30 to see what happens. But otherwise, that is the weekly forecast for you. I hope that this was super helpful. I hope that the videos are all helpful. Let me know in the comments if it was helpful for you or if there's something else that you want me to see. Again, and as always, get after it.